Welcome to Weeats, the marijuana review show, where we help you find wonderful folks make sense of your dispensary. It has been a long time since I've seen you guys. It's been about 5 months since I made my last video saying I was going to pause some things here at Weeats while we figured out this terrifying vape health, public health emergency crisis scenario thingamabob. So, where are we? What's going on? What's happening next? Should we still be worried? And we're going to get all into that kind of stuff right here on Weeats and, talk about maybe a little bit where we're going in the future as well. So stick around, stay tuned, and we'll get right to it. Thanks for indulging me. All right. So as he said, it's been 5 months since I made my last video, and about 5 months or so since the health scare crisis started in earnest. And just a little bit of catch up, I'm sure you've heard, if you're smoking or vaping weed, what is going on. There has been some mysterious lung disease ravaging tons of areas throughout the United States, making people very sick and even killing them, fucking up their lungs pretty badly. So it seems now maybe there is some kind of answers. Some things are known, and that's what we're here to discuss. So first and foremost, let me just say this, guys. If you don't live in a legal state with a robust commercial market, I would say it still is not worth the risk. If you live in an illegal state and you're buying your cartridges from your dealer or, through whatever source, it's still not worth the risk. You can't be 100% sure where your products are sourced from. And it's becoming increasingly clear that the source of this, lung holocaust that we're going through is a cheap, shitty thickening agent found almost exclusively in these black market THC vape cartridges. You pretty much find this thing only in them. So again, if you live somewhere where you cannot physically go to a legal dispensary and purchase a cartridge from a state-mandated, lab-tested brand, then there is always a risk. It's a fake, fraud, or counterfeit. It's just probably still not worth it until all of the product with the vitamin E acetate is gone and out. And because it is illegal in illegal states, it is just the incentive to cheat is still so great. So, my first piece of advice and the first thing I would say is, if you live somewhere where you cannot know for 100% sure where your cartridge came from, for now, probably best to still avoid it. So let's do a little bit of a recap here, talking about exactly what had happened, the scale of it, the operation. And exactly what this mysterious product is getting people so sick. So as of right now, the CDC has a number north of 2,500, somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 confirmed or fairly well confirmed cases. And there are nearly 60 deaths across 27 different states from this whatever it is. And it seems to be what is killing people or getting people sick most often is some kind of rare form of pneumonia. Several different types. It's not all the same, but it is some kind of form of pneumonia. A lot of the pneumonia they see is pneumonia that people often get from smoking or inhaling mineral vapors or mineral dust from like mining and shit. That's the kind of injuries they're seeing. And I've seen before where Some doctors have described their patients' lungs as looking like they've, gone through some Agent Orange or some other, mustard gas or some terrible chemical weapon or something. So it's very severe. It's very, very severe. And it looks like, guys, by the end of 2019, so the end of last year, at least 3 different investigating bodies, the CDC, the FDA, and New York State health authorities, have all pointed their fingers at this cheap additive called vitamin E acetate or vitamin E oil. Also has a fancy chemical name as well, but I won't bore you with that. So this thing is, as I said, it's an additive that goes into THC carts, only found in black market ones, and it is an additive, meaning that they add it to your oil to pump up the volume, but this additive can dilute the amount of THC that's in there so they can give you less product, but not reduce the viscosity. So it works just fine. It still goes, aerosolizes and everything just fine. So let me express that again indifferently to show you how outrageous that is. These assholes who are doing this are putting a worthless, untested, nobody's ever, tried this aerosolized vitamin E acetate before. They found a way to add it to THC concentrate oil so that they don't have to give you the amount that you paid for it. If you get a 1-gram cart, they'll put, maybe a third of a gram of actual THC concentrate in there, and then another, maybe as much as 2/3 they've seen just of this additive, vitamin E acetate. So these sons of bitches are not just putting your health in danger by using some completely untested product, but they're also stealing from you. So they're putting your health at risk so that they can take more money from you. That's pretty fucked up. It's pretty awful. So what is this vitamin E acetate? Well, mostly it's a seemingly harmless thing, at least according to the FDA. It is a harmless thing in food additives and in cosmetics. We do put it on our bodies and even ingest it, and it has been deemed harmless, again, at least by the FDA, if you trust them. But it has never been tested to be inhaled before. That is a very different thing. Your body processes those things very differently. One goes in the lungs, for example, one does not. So when it, this thing aspirates into your lungs, it wreaks all kinds of havoc and causes all kinds of nasty reactions. So, pretty shitty. Again, thank you for indulging me. Let me get one more in here. This is nice. This is relaxing for me. So, guys, if you want to blame somebody, if you want to point a finger at somebody for fucking all this shit up, there seems to be maybe a guy you can look to or wag your finger at. The first known example of this is somebody who, quote unquote, pioneered it, at least as far as we know, is a guy who owns a company called Honeycut LLC, where he pioneered adding this vitamin E acetate to marijuana concentrates. And his name is Joshua Temple. He lives here in Los Angeles. Again, he runs a company called Honeycut LLC, and currently being investigated by several different authorities for his role in this whole fucking fiasco. What a son of a bitch. Well, where does that leave everybody else? Well, if you live in a legal state and you trust your dispensary, I'd say, you could probably feel pretty safe to start vaping again. Again, let me reiterate. If you know 100% where your cartridge comes from, if you know for a fact that that is an actual Steezy pod, you know the dispensary gets it from the vendor directly, you're probably safe. That's, you know, that's as much as I'll say. That's not to say that it's entirely safe or you're out of the woods completely. Not enough is known yet. There's still more research to be done. And of course, nobody has any idea the long-term health effects of any of this vaping. It's just been around for, you know, too short a time. So there might be all kinds of other health time bombs down the line. But as for this particular health scare, if you know where it comes from and you trust everybody along the way, it seems like you're in no more danger vaping weed now than you were a year ago at this point. You know, it's the no more dangerous than it has ever been, again, provided you go through all that criteria. So guys, here at Weeats, we will probably be doing cartridge reviews again. Actually, scratch that, not probably. I'm in the middle of one right now, as a matter of fact. I'll probably add some kind of disclaimer to it, like, hey, if you are in Georgia and you're watching this video and you think this is a good source for, you know, to know whether a cartridge your dealer sells is good or not, don't still trust me, but because you can't trust your dealer. But I think we will be going back and doing more cartridge reviews here at Weeats, which I'm pretty excited for. And so for now, you should look for some quite a few videos over the next couple of weeks from my backlog. As I said way back when, I actually had quite a few reviews done and sitting there, but I kind of waited to see how this all was going to blow over. And now that it seems to be some kind of conclusion, or maybe that's the wrong choice of words, at least some kind of evidence as to what is proper practices, I'll feel safe to release those old videos now. So I'll be doing those slowly while I work on some new things. I hope you guys enjoy all the old stuff. I hope you guys enjoy all the new stuff. And be sure to check out my live stream. I've been live streaming a lot. I hope to get a schedule out soon. It's fun. We smoke weed, we hang out, we talk. And again, reviews coming back very soon. If there's anything specific or weird or different you want from us here at Weeats, always be sure to let me know. Tweet, comments, emails, all that fun stuff. So, thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Stay safe out there. And like me, now that I know that this is pretty safe, I'm going to stay high. See you next time.